everyone, I'm Bridget, I'm from the US. I love learning languages, and right now I'm focusing on Spanish. And I have been slacking in going through this textbook that I bought in order to try and make progress with my understanding of grammar. I'll link to the textbook I'm using in the video description if you're interested. I'm on chapter 3, which is the present progressive tense. And if you think that right now I look a little bit frazzled or crazed, it is because I'm being perpetually dive-bombed by a fly that has somehow found its way in and has been here for at least a week. I thought flies die in a day. This one has not, unless it's dying and respawning and dying and respawning. You're seeing this, yes? I feel like Nathan Lane in Mouse Hunt. Let's get started. So, the present progressive tense. It is used to express action that is occurring at the moment, so an action that is in progress. This differs from something that happens in present tense but is like a repeated action. For example, ¿Qué comes? Like, what do you eat usually? Bueno, yo como sandwiches. As opposed to, ¿Qué estás haciendo? Estoy comiendo. What are you doing? I'm eating. Like right now, I'm eating. So basically, you take the stem of the verb and then add ando or yendo, depending on if it's an AR or IRER verb. Jugar would become jugando. Probar, probando. Comer, comiendo. Abrir, abriendo. I'm breezing through this because I'm at a level where I know this already. Looking at the first exercise is write the gerund of the following infinitives. Hablar, hablando. Besar, to kiss, besando. Andar, andando. To check that. So, hablando, besando, andando. Easy, right? But let's move on. The next exercise is the same. So, nuestro profesor está corrigiendo muchos exámenes. Por fin, nosotros estamos sacando buenas notas. Me hace el favor de no hacer ruido, yo estoy estudiando. Los adolescentes les dicen a sus padres, no estamos haciendo nada. Let's see. Correct, 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 correct. That has always felt very straightforward to me. Here's a reminder though. After a preposition, use the infinitive form of the verb, even though you might say the word with ing in English. So for example, if you would want to say in English, before eating, she washes her hands. You might think it would be antes de comiendo, but it's not. It's antes de comer. After cooking, the family enjoys the meal. Después de cocinar, la familia disfruta la comida. Complete the following sentences with the infinitive, present indicative, or present progressive of the appropriate verb. So this is good because it's not just saying conjugate the verb we're giving you in a particular way. It's saying choose the verb and choose how to conjugate it. So, en el avión, en el vuelo de África, parece que los pasajeros están blank sus libros de turismo. Están leyendo? I'm choosing that because it's están blank. ¿Quién blank nadar? ¿Quién quiere nadar? Who wants to swim? Olivia sigue blank el violín, aunque a su hermano no le gusta el sonido. Sigue tocando. Antes de, notice that's a preposition, so we're going to be using an infinitive. Antes de conocer a los padres. Después de blank éxito en la escuela secundaria, el estudiante blank ir a una universidad. Después de, so again we have de, which is a preposition, which means we're going to be using the infinitive. Después de, I don't know, tener éxito, to have success. El estudiante, I'm not finding another word that fits here, so I think number 2 is not quiere. It should be quien. We're going to come back to that. So I'm going to use quiere here. El estudiante quiere ir a una universidad. Los trabajadores tienen hambre a las 12 de la tarde. Blank, juntos a las 12:30. Blank, de la fábrica a las 5 de la tarde. Almuerzan, juntos a las 2:30. Salen de la fábrica a las 5 de la tarde. Both of these are repeated actions. They have lunch at this time, they leave at this time. Which makes me believe, instead of quiere, it should be sabe nadar, who knows how to swim. Okay, let's just look. There are a few more on the next page that I'm skipping. Leyendo, sabe, tocando, conocer, tener, quiere, almuerzan, salen. 100%. Here are a few more uses. So the gerund with seguir expresses to keep/continue doing something. No hay música, pero la pareja sigue bailando. The gerund with ir expresses gradually or little by little. I did not know this. La estudiante va aprendiendo la lección. The student is gradually learning the lesson. Voy conociendo Madrid. I'm getting to know Madrid little by little. Wow, that's really interesting. I could have used that sentence when I was filming in Madrid. Voy conociendo Madrid. I'm gonna star this. Such an interesting use of ir. The gerund with llevar expresses have been doing. Llevo un año estudiando el español. Mi amigo lleva 2 años viviendo aquí. I knew this, but it's good to see in writing. I'm gonna star that as well. Here it says either the gerund or the infinitive can be used after ver, mirar, escuchar, and oír. So for example, veo a los niños jugando and veo a los niños jugar. You can use both and they mean exactly the same thing. Why? So ver, mirar, escuchar, and oír. I just realized what those verbs have in common. They are all senses. Okay, that's easier to remember. If I'm using a sense or someone is using a sense, you can use either infinitive or gerund. There are some verbs that are generally not used in the gerund form, even though you think they might be, and those are ser, estar, poder, querer, saber, tener, ir, and venir. So just know that. Don't forget. Complete the following sentences with the correct form of either the present indicative or the present progressive of the verb in parentheses. So, el esposo de... let's try that again. El esposo de Elizabeth no quiere celebrar el día del amor y de la amistad. ¿Por qué no vienen toda la familia a mi fiesta? Socrates, as far as I know, Socrates died a few years ago. So why is it asking for present tense anything if it has to do with knowing? Socrates knew. Socrates sabe que no. Socrates sabe que no. I don't know. Sabe. This doesn't make sense to me. Favor de no interrumpirme ahora mismo. Yo blank. Yo estoy pensando. I'm thinking. Nosotros podemos hablar bien si practicamos. ¿Por qué los sigues llamando? La muchacha triste nunca How do you conjugate sonreír? Ella sonríe. Los deportistas juegan al tenis todos los veranos. Los detectives están contentos ahora porque el criminal está confesando su crimen. A Paulina y a su amiga no les gusta. I feel like this is just the infinitive, but it didn't say the infinitive is an option, so I'm just gonna write it and be wrong. Las niñas van a su primer fiesta mañana. La estudiante lleva 1 hora haciendo este ejercicio. I don't know, let's see. Okay. Quiere, viene. It's viene, not vienen, because familia is singular. Socrates, sabe, okay. Estoy pensando, podemos, llamando, sonríe, juegan, está confesando, despertarse. Okay, so that was infinitive. Van haciendo. She's done it again. 100%, we know. One was a careless mistake, because I didn't realize that family is singular. So that all makes sense. I think for me, at my level, which is B2 maybe, the greatest takeaways are that the gerund with ir expresses gradually and little by little. The gerund with llevar expresses have been doing. And when it comes to your senses, you can use either the gerund or the infinitive. Those are interesting takeaways. Everything else I feel that I already knew. Thanks for joining me for my little study session today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I need to get back to fly hunting now, so I wish you all a wonderful day. Thanks again, and I will see you guys soon.